Alright, this should be fun. Here at the Utica studio. Oh, Jesus, guys, come on. You shouldn't do that. It's improper use of post office materials. They're within their right to seize it and send it back. You just shouldn't do this. I know it seems easy, but it's what drives up postal rates. Oh, another one. I'm almost tempted to reveal the vendor's name. I usually don't unless I'm very pleased with what they did. If I don't like it, I don't mention it. You know, and I'll try to find a use for this that's bubble wrap, so... Jesus, guys, just stop doing it. It rains on the parade, and this should have been fun, and instead it's turning into Steve lecturing people on how not to drive the rest of us crazy. And what we have here, in spite of it, look at her. What's the name of the toy line? Let me just show her rear end like that. I can't remember the name. It's not Imagine Next. Flash Gordon. That's Dale Arden. And here's the Tentacle Princess, or whatever her name is. Princess Empowera. I think it was an animated series, or based on the animated film. I'm not sure. Each one of them gets a space sled, which is essentially their stand. I guess that... Oh, it's a little space skateboard. That's kind of cool. It's actually a roller. We could roll them across the art gallery during the toy show. And there's a couple of looks like an iPad, and then somebody's... It's a wrench, that's what it is. It's a space blunderbuss, and then I guess a throwing star for her. Female space figures are, of course, a priority. The more somewhat risque, the better, without being ridiculous. There's all sorts of like anime space girls. They're valued in the hundreds of dollars, and they're made up, dolled up, just like some 15-year-old boy's fantasy. That's not really what we're looking for. Look at the pecs on her. She's in good shape. Dale, am I allowed to say stacked? I don't think so. We might have to bleep that out. They've both been going to the gym or whatever. And my you know, a little bit of condition issue. I was actually thinking, man, I'd enjoy touching that up. But of course, we've got the big Astronauts ball on Regulus coming up. I think it's in March. It's either in March or April. I'm moving, so I'm going to have to figure out when I'm going to do it. So we need to pair them with eligible Spacemen bachelors as escorts. And I got out some of my basic size ranges here. This is one of these weird MPC oversized copies, and he's just too short. That wouldn't last. This is a Gay Toys Pilot. And again, he's not, wouldn't be adequate. That's a little bit better. Russian parachute jumper dude, but he's still a little bit on the short side. Here's an Archer slot hander. We're getting better. Getting better. She could have been dating one of the guys from the choir or something like that. Let's try Kane. A Funko Kane figure from Alien, and there we go. She's got a thing for short guys, almost, although he's got his helmet on, and that's sort of helping him a little bit. Here's a blow mold astronaut from one of those machines. I can't remember what the name of it is right now. And with his base, he's a decent match for either. Here's an NPC, or used NPC guy from last week, from about 1963, and he's a tad on the tall side, but girls tend to go for tall guys, so that could work out. And the 6-inch astronaut guy is just too far out of scale. His head is too large. Different species. So, you know, something like this, maybe for color matching. Oh, there we go. Ready for the astronauts' ball and Regulus, and they can go on their space skateboards. Tell you, beats painting baskets of apples, and it's cheaper than collecting Civil War era firearms.